30 to 18, and the TTK is really quick because, yeah, you have 1,100 RPM. As you can see, it kind of goes off. And G36K can also be like a pretty good option for this as well. As you can see, nobody can see me right now, and I'm missing. Come here, buddy. Okay. Alright, so hello gamers and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be showing you the best guns under rank 50 in Phantom Forces. My entire team is bots right now, dude. What? Credit to God Status for originally making this video, but he made a video on the best guns under rank 50 a while ago. A lot of those guns have fallen off a little bit since then. So today I wanted to make a new and improved version of that video. So credit to him, but yeah, let's get into it. So first off, we have assault rifles, and there are quite a few really good ones. You could use the AK-12 until you got to the A94 or the SVAL or SCAR. And of course, there's also the M16A3. But overall, the main gun that I think a lot of people need to be using now, especially because it's going to be getting a buff soon, is the Howa Type 20. This gun has a 30-round magazine, 650 RPM, and 2-shot headshot up close, 3-shot to the body up close, has really good recoil, and soon we'll be able to 4-shot to the torso with ease at any range. That makes this thing an absolute monster. It also has really good pen and velocity. It doesn't fire super quickly or anything, but the pen is really good, the recoil is really good, the velocity is really good, and this is just an overall really solid gun. And even players who, you know, already have like higher ranked guns will also be using this. Some of the highest ranked players in the entire game are running this gun because it really just does everything pretty good. Is it the best in terms of recoil, control, RPM, or damage, or anything like that? Not necessarily, yeah, but it's really good at basically everything it does. And as you can see, the recoil is not really too bad. I'm using a suppressor right now. Battle rifle is kind of weird. You could pre-buy ECR 556, but I don't really recommend that, mostly because you have to pre-buy the conversion. It's already kind of a higher ranked gun, not really though. Overall, battle rifles are not super usable if you're a low ranked player. The M14 is very good, but overall, yeah, I wouldn't really recommend them. If you're a low rank, you probably want to be using a PDW a lot of the time. All of them have pretty good walk speed and recoil sometimes, and usually they shoot pretty quickly. The MP5K is really good, pre-buy 10mm if you want to, but overall, if you're a low rank, I actually really recommend the UMP45. UMP45 doesn't really shoot too quickly, but it does really good damage. Kind of similar to the Type 20, it falls off a little bit harder, but it kind of has better recoil, and it holds up its damage better for close range. So basically, what you're going to have here is a 2-shot and 3-shot to the body in close range, but actually hold that really a little bit farther than most assault rifles in the game, which is why it's really good. It also has really good pen for a PDW. In fact, it has really good pen for a gun in general. You can wall bang with this really easily. As you can see, I'm actually shooting through that wall, which most guns wouldn't be able to do, but since this has 1.6 studs of pen, it can actually do that. And also, I'm running an Osprey suppressor. This does not really reduce recoil at all, and I'm still capable of getting really good recoil. As you can see, like, that's not really a lot, but I could use like a T-brake or a compensator. If you're a low rank, you don't really want to use a DMR most of the time. However, there is one that is very user friendly. That is the SKS. The SKS fires pretty quickly. It does pretty good damage, but most importantly, it doesn't really have recoil. It's just so accurate that it doesn't really matter what range you're engaging people at. It can 4-shot basically anywhere at any range, which is really cool. 3-shot if you're hitting some headshots, and it has pretty viable velocity for long range, and of course, no recoil. So next up, we have shotgun. Now, shotgun is pretty simple. It is going to be going to our good friend, the Remington 870. The Remington 870 is probably the best shotgun in the entire game overall. It has good damage, good spread, good one-shot kill range, as you can see, good RPM, good magazine capacity. Well, it's not a magazine, it's a tube, but like, it has good capacity, and it fires pretty quickly, but for close range, it's so consistent, and the damage is amazing. It does better damage than basically every shotgun that's not like a double barrel or the Case-23M. And this can like one-shot to probably like 80 studs. Past like 100 studs, it's still gonna be pretty good, but like not necessarily going to be a one-shot, but it fires so quickly that it doesn't really matter too much. This isn't going to be like an all-range shotgun, but for medium range, this will be an effective one-tap because it can kill with 3 pellets out of 8 to the body. That is one of like 3 shotguns in the game that can do that by default. It does so much damage per pellet, and it's a little bit too much, I'm not gonna lie. And as you can see, like, it can one-shot really far, or how fast it can shoot. Sure, there are shotguns that fire faster, and there are shotguns that one-shot farther, but the ones that fire faster have way worse one-shot range. The ones that one-shot farther have way worse RPM. So this is technically speaking like the jack of all trades, but it's really not. It's like the queen of all trades because it's good, not necessarily the best, but it's not mediocre at everything. It's good at everything, which is a little bit too good in my opinion. If you're not quite as good though, you also have the DBV-12. This one doesn't have quite as far one-hit killing potential. However, it has a lot more RPM, 2.5 times as much, and it has 10 bullets, which is really nice. If your aim is bad and you want to hit follow-up shots or just like, you know, fire really quickly, then this is going to be a pretty good option overall. Not necessarily the best shotgun in the game or anything, but for very, very close range where this can one-shot, this is technically going to be better than the Remington, but let's be real, not really. It's a very, very good shotgun, I'm not gonna lie. For sniper rifle, I'm actually going to give a little bit of a different pick because I wanted to give it to the AWS. Now, the AWS is not necessarily the most powerful sniper rifle, however, it is one of the more fast-firing sniper rifles. And since they brought back the iron sights on it, it's going to be very, very good. Before, the iron sights didn't really zoom in as much, and they brought that back, which is super nice. So now you can aim in 3.5 times with iron sights. It has 65 RPM, can one-shot headshot at any range, one-shot torso to 50 studs, which is actually pretty good. Has 10 bullets, pretty good velocity for a suppressed gun, and doesn't show up on the radar. Because the intervention is going to get another nerf, and the Remington doesn't fire as quickly, this is actually going to be a really, really good bolt-action sniper rifle if you can hit headshots at range, and if you want really fast RPM for closer ranges. Probably the best lower-ranked sniper rifle now, because it just fires so quickly. Like, it's not broken or anything. The torso kill range is kind of like 50 studs is not great, but it fires fast, and it one-shots, and it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Just hit your headshots with it at range, and you're good. For carbine, you could go with the old M4A1. However, I have three really, really good picks. The Grosso 1556, which will be getting a nerf, but the default gun is going to be really, really good next update due to the fact that it has more damage next update, but more recoil. But I really like the new version of it. Scar PDW, which is a really nice gun. That is also going to get a little bit of a nerf next update, but isn't going to be like super trash after the nerf. It's actually going to do like a little bit better over range after the nerf, but like worse in CQC. Last up, and I think this might be the best one overall, it's the G36K. This gun has a great 3-hit kill range, good RPM, good reload time. Not the best recoil ever, but it's pretty good recoil. And unlike most carbines, it has a 3-shot in close range, which Honey Badger, L22, a lot of those carbines in this game are a 4 to a 6 shot, which is not really that great. 4 to a 5 shot. I prefer a 3 to a 6, I'm not gonna lie, and this has that 3 to a 6. However, it has good ranges, so it doesn't really matter that it's 6 shots over range, because with Squad Barrel, you have a 139 stud min damage range, which is really good. Somewhat recently, it did get a nerf, but it was only really to like ranges, and I think it's still like pretty good. For secondaries, I'm going to be giving it to the M1911. It's a pretty low recoil gun. Like, it looks like it has recoil, but it really doesn't have a ton. And this gun can 2-shot to the body in close range, which makes it feel a lot more powerful than your average, you know, semi-automatic pistol, because it is really, really powerful in terms of damage. It kind of falls off a little bit over ranges, but it still is a 4-shot at any range, which is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, like 4-shot all ranges on a pistol is kind of crap. But yeah, in close range, this is going to be a great gun. As long as you're hitting your torso shots, it 2-shots. As you can see there, I actually beat a machine pistol, which is really good. In fact, on my alt account, I think this was like my main setup, 1911 G36K. These are two really powerful guns that don't really feel like they're going to be super bad low-rank guns. For machine pistols, it's just the PP2K and the Glock 18, and I feel like the Glock 18 is probably the better of the two, at least for a low rank. The PP2K is basically just going to be a primary secondary. It has a bit of recoil though, and it doesn't really fire too quick. But if you want a fast-firing gun that does okay damage, but just really fires quickly and has pretty good recoil, then the Glock 18 is going to be your gun, because it has 1100 RPM. It doesn't do like the best damage of all time or anything, but it's pretty good damage, 30 to 18, and the TTK is really quick because, yeah, you have 1100 RPM. As you can see, it kind of goes off. If you use AWS and Glock 18, you can have a pretty good setup overall. Glock 18 for this closer range engagements, and then the AWS for basically every other fight. And G36K can also be like a pretty good option for this as well. As you can see, nobody can see me right now, and I'm missing. Come here, buddy. Okay. Revolver is just going to be going to the MP412 Rex. This gun fires pretty quickly, and it can 2-shot to the body, 1-shot to the head, and is probably one of the most fun guns in the entire game. I really like this gun. It is going to be getting a nerf, and I really hope they revert that nerf a little bit, because I don't feel like the gun needed that much of a nerf, but they'll make it have more recoil, make it kind of fire slower in a way, and make it not have as quick of a reload. I really don't like that change overall. I really hope it gets like the same kind of treatment as before and has the same RPM, but just more recoil. And last up for other, we only have one option, and that is the Super Shorty. They lowered the pellet damage to 24, which kind of made this gun fall off a little bit, but like if you're in very close range, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy, that's going to do it for the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. That is the best guns under rank 50 in Phantom Forces. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.